The GMA cover story and a closer look at the Super Bowl halftime show. Rap superstar Kendrick Lamar was selected to headline this year. And Janae, come on, you're back. You want to tell us a little bit more about this?
Yes, and I am so excited to tell you about this because when I saw the news yesterday, I thought this is huge. Kendrick Lamar hasn't dropped a new album since 2022. But when Jay-Z calls him a once-in-a-generation artist and performer, consider that we're talking about a kid from Compton who didn't just produce the Black Panther soundtrack, but whose music has earned him more than a dozen Grammys and a Pulitzer Prize. And that's before his most recent hit went from rap beef to battle cry.
This morning, all eyes on rap artist Kendrick Lamar following Sunday's announcement that he will headline the Super Bowl halftime show.
Meet me in New Orleans, February 9th, 2025. Wear your best dress, too.
The 17-time Grammy-winning rapper said in a statement released by the NFL, rap music is still the most impactful genre to date, and I'll be there to remind the world why they got the right one.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me.
Lamar, known for his rap lyrics that tackle social justice issues, was a special guest during Dr. Dre's halftime show in 2022.
We gon' be all right.
Kendrick Lamar right now is the most vital, important, and influential rapper in the entire world.
While the Pulitzer Prize-winning rapper has a record of his music becoming the soundtrack of movements,
Everybody wanna cut the legs off. Black man taking no loss.
it's Lamar's chart-topping summer anthem, Not Like Us, that turned him into one of the biggest artists of this year.
They not like us. They not like us.
His rap battle with Drake, his musical battle with Drake, has made him even more topical than ever. And on top of that, it's given him one of the biggest singles of the year.
Not Like Us, known as a diss track and an ongoing feud the rapper has with fellow rapper Drake.
They not like us. They not like us.
I feel like the feud with Drake is probably not going to make it to the stage of the Super Bowl. I think he's going to have his eye on bigger issues with what he says. And it's really just, he's probably going to have some, I would guess, fairly major guest appearances because the Super Bowl always does.
In a statement, hip-hop mogul and Roc Nation founder Jay-Z said Lamar's deep love for hip-hop and culture informs his artistic vision. He has an unparalleled ability to define and influence culture globally.
And so we are sure to see that. We're sure to hear his classics like All Right, Swimming Pools, Loyalty, and Humble. And for anyone questioning King Kendrick's ability to bring together unlikely groups, consider that on Juneteenth, he had a pop-up show uniting West Coast artists, even promoting unity between rival gang members, all getting on stage and taking a picture in an effort to benefit the community. So this man, as he said, he's the right one.
So Drake's going to be on it? So that's what you're saying?
Robin. Robin. You guys see Robin is tapped in? No, I don't think we'll see Drake.
Okay.
They not like us.
All right.
Thank you.
That's crazy. So that's crazy. Wow, they talking about they not like us. So, man, y'all can see, bro, the Kendrick Lamar hype is at an all-time high. You know, everybody talking about the Super Bowl announcement. I'm over here in East Africa. I saw it as soon as it came out on his page, and I just proceed to watch the internet blow up. Like I've been watch it when it first came out. I saw it, and then I see it 1,000 other times. Everybody started to repost. I just watched the internet blow up. I'm very fortunate to be here in East Africa, kind of ahead of the time, a couple hours ahead, almost 8 hours ahead of the East Coast of the United States, so even more ahead of California. So watching this happen, just got a chance to experience this internet event just happened from the moment it originated to it's on Good Morning America, it's on mainstream television, people talking about this man, but the hype is reaching all-time high, iconic level. But it's a conversation that keep coming up ever since this beef started. Kendrick Lamar been dominant news cycle, and I wasn't always a fan of his. I never had none of his albums. Drake either. None of these guys. I've been in this walk a long time, 10 years. Really haven't listened to mainstream music. Besides on the radio, I hear these people on the radio, but I never had none of the albums. J. Cole. I don't know. I grew up listening to Lil Wayne, but still, like the other stuff, like I haven't heard much of the new music. But is becoming a cultural phenomenon. It is some questions at hand, and you know, so even if you're new to this, it's like everybody have heard of Kendrick Lamar. Have you guys heard of Kendrick Lamar? You had to, right? But the question is, did you know that he liked to read the Bible? That's the part nobody talking about. Like, he always talking about the Bible. Why? And some gonna say because he a Hebrew Israelite, right? And it's like, that is what we want to know. Is he a Hebrew Israelite? Right? At least it seemed like it. So we're gonna look at some stuff, dissect some evidence, some things that he said, some things other people said, and we're gonna put the evidence out there and see, is this person a Hebrew Israelite or not? And again, I've been hearing about this brother for a long time. Like you said, I remember his first single, swimming pools, all that stuff was on the radio, the video, stuff like that. And I heard his name, but I never listened to the album. I never went any further than hearing it and seeing it on the radio. So we need to figure it out. You know, is he truly genuine, or is he just another industry plant? You know, is he really for the people, or is he got some type of ulterior motive? And it's information coming out on both sides, and I feel like it was interesting. Obviously, my platform, Living for Yahuah, Dalayahu Yasharal, again, been living for Yahuah for the last since 2011, fearing Yahuah, keeping his commandments. That led me to, you know, flee Babylon, move out the country, expatriate, go on to, you know, start this path of world travel and back and forth in the United States, but pretty much letting the word just guide me in my life, my pattern, my path on my journey. So the point is, you know, we get to be spectators to a lot of this stuff, and a lot of time pop culture get intertwined with the word. We know we all Hebrews, right? The chosen people of Yahuah, Yehuda, Judah. We was the slaves. And pretty much all black people are Hebrews, but a lot of us don't know it. And a lot of us not acknowledging that part of our culture. So it's going to be intertwined because we are those people, but are we acknowledging it? And that's where it becomes easy for people to mislead us as well, because anybody could just say, I'm a Hebrew, right? And it's technically true, but are they living that? So that's the question. I want to really get this conversation started with the Hebrew Israelite community and know, like, is this person misleading the black community, or is he authentic, right? Because we know people will try to mislead us and really distract really the true message of what's really happening. So again, we're going to take a look at the evidence and decide based on the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, right? We're going to do it like Hebrews. Make sure we give you guys a couple pieces of evidence to make a decision, and then we'll talk about it from there in the comments. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all like the video. Y'all see my channel. We help a Hebrew rock, help a real Hebrew rock, man. You see, I'm trying to get to 100 likes, man. Y'all like this video. Share it with your friends. We want to know. Share it with anybody you know that's a Hebrew. Let's get to it. So the question is, we saw the Super Bowl news and stuff like that. We see this stuff coming out by Kendrick Lamar, and the question is, like, is this anything what he doing? Is it esteeming Elohim? Like, what is it really about? And how do we know he a Hebrew? I'm gonna pull out some information and just show y'all. Matter of fact, his discography. Let's look at this stuff because he said this, and it's been some time, like time passed. But yeah, it's still going on. Matter of fact, yeah, check this out right here. You see this right here? This is the Genius rap lyrics. You know, his what year this was? 2017 album. He had this album called Damn, very popular album. Again, I heard it on the radio. I heard the singles with Rihanna, but I didn't really know who he was. And I remember being in Shabbat around this time in my assembly with my other Hebrew brothers, and we was talking about this. Like, oh, you heard about this rapper who say I'm an Israelite? And it was discussion, and we actually talked about the lyrics, but I still didn't know the album and really didn't really put like, oh, that's Kendrick Lamar. Like, I was not listening to him because, again, for me at the time it seemed a little bit ingenuous. Like, yeah, you know, at that time Hebrew Israelites was kind of popular, and it was felt like gimmicky. Okay, somebody paying attention to the news, so they mentioned that. And like I say, even since 2011, this is my little personal perspective on it. And just real quick, when I came into truth 2011, you know, one of the first thing you start seeing on YouTube and learning when you get into truth, obviously after you realize about the scriptures and who we are, you start looking at videos and documentaries about the other side, you know, the people who, the Illuminati, whatever. You start learning about all this, the people who really working for the enemy, the adversary, right? Who's devoting themselves, selling their soul to this type of lifestyle for fame and stuff like that. And pretty much all the rappers in it, all the politicians. So, you know, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? And I remember when I was seeing that swimming pool video. I heard it, but in passing, I watched the video. I saw it playing, and I just looked at some of the scenery, the imaging. And I seen it was like a funeral set up. That's the video where he had Mike Epps in it, and he went all white, but it was like he in a casket or something like that. And something about the video, when I first saw it from his first album, it was just like, that imagery don't look right. It looked like it's a message in there. It's kind of cryptic, and it looked like some Illuminati type of vibe. So I'm like, I never grabbed the album. I never really was a fan. I never really went further. Like the songs on the radio was cool, but I never really heard his whole album. Everybody talking about it's a classic, whatever. Until this year, I didn't really hear none of his albums. Really, same thing. I still didn't hear none of Drake music. No whole album besides singles. But I remember this when he came out 2012. I remember seeing that video, not really caring for it. But when this came out again, I remember we talked about this with my other Hebrew brothers. But never heard this album. So point is, this is the proof. This is the evidence. He said right here. Stay. What are you talking about? I ain't black no more. I'm Kendrick. I'm not a politician. I'm not about no religion. I'm an Israelite. Don't call me black no more. That word is only a color. It ain't facts no more. So right, he talking about his cousin called him cousin Ducky. He talking about this Hebrew Israelite stuff. So like all of our family, everybody got somebody in their family who done told them about the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. This is work of art, his collection, his discography. You see, since 2012, he's been around, and I've been hearing about him since then. Again, just the album I was referencing, Good Kid, Mad City, where he had a swimming pool album, and the video for that one it caught me off guard, and that's when I kind of figured like I think he down with the gang. Anyway, 2017, he said he a Hebrew Israelite. And he's not the only one, actually. It's another actual artist, Kodak Black, was saying the same thing. But he always not only say he a Hebrew Israelite, the other piece of evidence in his most recent video, right? What he's saying, he in his video, Not Like Us, that's exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about the Bible and stuff like that.
Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching.
So I don't want to go too much into the video, but that was interesting as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man is talking about the Bible. He's saying he's Israelite, and it's like, it's believable. It seemed pretty believable. Like I said, it's videos out with Kodak Black, him and Kodak Black. They both saying the Hebrew Israelite. Again, I'm from Miami, Florida. I know how much Hebrew is down there. It's how much the culture is down there. It's prevalent. I know other Hebrews from there. So Kodak Black from the same area saying Hebrew. I'm not surprised, but it's like, are they just saying this or not? But let's look at this last couple videos, and then we're gonna really talk about it. What's what? Who's who and what's what? So let's check out Kodak Black, what he had to say, and then this.
Surprised to see you on Kendrick's album, but what's that relationship been like, kind of collabing with him and making music together?
Me and Kendrick, we got a lot of little things in common that people probably don't want to understand. Both of us, we Geminis, and both of us, we Hebrew Israelite. Or me and him, we could talk, and he understand me beyond and what the internet theories. It's like he got a different perception of me. He ain't count. Like he say we gonna do something, we do it. No, Kendrick from the streets for real too. Oh, for that boy, I got a lot of love for him.
Surprised to see you on Kendrick's album.
Right. So like he said, the brother from the streets, he keep it real. They both Geminis, and then they both Hebrew Israelites. So he kind of saying two things in the same sentence. Like, we Hebrew, but Hebrew ain't know what the zodiac sign like. Is Yahuah controlling your life, or the zodiac sign controlling your life? So these things to pay attention to. Obviously, not to cast judgment either, right? Because when you come into this walk, nobody's born knowing everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to study. You got to have people that study with you and help you study. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that go to it. And like you said, we were just reading some genius lyrics from 2017 album. And that's even in these people asking the same question. In this video right here, this Genius, which is a major platform that really monitor and watch artists and really pour over the lyrics, right? So it's all about the lyrics. So they ask the same question about how the Hebrew Israelites affecting these two rappers. So we want to talk about it because we know this is what we do. We read and pray every day, ministry, immersing the people, trying to lead them to the kingdom, talking and preaching the word every day, reading and praying, covering the people. You know, like we take it serious. This is our life. We trying to be found blameless when Yahuah come. And trust me, he coming. So it's like, what's really going on as this issue become more and more unavoidable? Like who's who and what's what? Let's take a look at this and then we're gonna talk about this.
What do Kendrick Lamar and Kodak Black have in common? Wait, this sounds like a trick question, I know, but it's not. Yes, Kendrick Lamar is considered by some as one of the greatest rappers of our generation, with his intricate wordplay, complex metaphor, and attention to cultural activism. Now, Kodak may not get the same kind of love, but they're both influenced by the Hebrew Israelites.
I'm an Israelite, don't call me black no more. That word is only a color, it ain't facts no more. I don't wear crosses no more, Yahuah was coming back. I ain't scared of losses no more, I see life in that. Hey, I'm an Israelite, my diamonds Israelites.
You're probably wondering, what? Black Israelites? Yeah, but it's not what you think. In a deeply reported article on Genius by writer Sam Kestenbaum, we see how small spiritual movement is influencing the bars of some of your favorite artists. They're called the Hebrew Israelites. They're primarily made up by people of color who believe that they are the true descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel. They emerged after the Reconstruction era as Jim Crow laws curtailed civil rights in the war-ravaged South and racial violence swept across the country. At that time, the group believed that their enslavement was punishment for disobeying God. Kestenbaum writes, quote, Hebrew Israelites point to the chapter of Deuteronomy 28, in particular a passage that describes how the biblical Israelites will be sent back in ships to Egypt for their disobedience to God, as a prophetic foretelling of the enslavement of African people in the Americas. But wait. Did that Bible chapter ring any bells? Well, if you paid any attention to Kendrick Lamar's Damn, the song Fear should have come to mind. In a voicemail that opens the song, Kendrick's cousin Carl Duckworth, known in the Hebrew Israelite community as Carney Ben Israel, is heard discussing that same chapter.
Cursed people. Deuteronomy 28 and 28 says, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
Kendrick was supposedly blown away by this verse during study sessions with his cousin Duckworth. However, Lamar is not a member of the group. Meanwhile, Kodak Black met an Israelite teacher during his last stint in prison. After his release, Black seemingly declared his membership in the organization in an Instagram post donning the Jewish Star of David. Feeling like I'm Kuta Kente, cause we going through slavery still. I can't lie, I'm #Israel, #12 tribes of Israel. Black and Lamar aren't the first rappers to be down with the Israelites. In 1998, Killer Priest shouted them out on his song One Step.
Early natives related to the thrones of David, captured by some patriots and thrown on slave ships.
And a Hebrew Israelite joined Dougie Fresh in his 1988 music video, Keep Rising to the Top.
And it out his hand to me and asked me, would I rock the microphone? I just gave him a pound and I said shalom.
Some in the Hebrew Israelite community are a little iffy towards all this famous attention. Instead, they prefer folks listen to rappers that are actually part of the community.
Just got the pack through the mail, got me building up my clientele. Neighbors trying to see what he sell, but the gospel is what I tell. Black queens in the projects, black kings in the prison, that was still in the slave trade. Just switched up the system, get back to commandments. Only way we gon' get home.
These rappers is lying, our leaders is weak, man, it ain't no question. Who got the answers though? We the Israelites, we got the answers though.
And remember Chingy?
I like the way you do that right there. Switch the hips and walk and let down your hair.
That is all changed. He's down with the Israelites too. And in 2013, he made it known with King Judah.
In the kitchen cooking up, trying to bake a pie. I'm reading about my past deception, trying to cremate a lie. Guess I should talk about bottles, girls, the hood, and guns. I've gotten sicker that you son of sin, I'm God's son.
So why now? Well, it could be because of the bleakness of our present time. Police brutality, an unstable political system, and global warming are pushing many to seek solace in alternative movements. The Israelites are apolitical and don't believe activism will solve their problems. The only way, they believe, is to follow God and return to their Hebrew heritage. And this is all something that Kendrick Lamar has been keenly aware of.
I feel like it ain't no tomorrow, fuck the world is ended, I'm done pretending, and fuck you if you get offended.
I'm Jacques Morel with Genius News, bringing you the meaning and the knowledge behind the music. Shalom.
Yeah, man, this is a big deal. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is a topic we got to talk about. That video was 7 years ago, and everything he just mentioned, which is, I'm not surprised. That's the timelessness of the scripture. You look at Living for Yahuah, any other ministry, Dabarym, Invest in Yahuah, News Babal, Flee Babylon, right? Any other content we putting up is timeless videos. I could make a video about a scriptural topic. It's gonna be good next year. The year after that, it's still just as relevant because we're talking about scriptural topics like prophecy. Is not a thing. Like, it's such a microwave society. It's not. These not topics that we say it's gonna be irrelevant tomorrow. They're gonna still be relevant, and it's just showing you the relevance of the scriptures. He made that first video. I mean, he's made that first statement in 2017. 7 years ago, 2018, 19, they made this video talking about what they're saying. It's 2024. The same topic. Like, why these people keep talking about the Bible? They're alluding to it. People that's, as they say, sinners that's gonna sin again, and they keep alluding to the scriptures because they know it's a demographic of people that relate to the Bible. They sympathetic to that. Again, that's what this political system and just like everything in the United States, like, it's like made to sell you something. So people are going to align with you to get in your demographic, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. So it's all very interesting, like how we know if these people are actually if they genuine or not, like, how can we tell? How can you know if these people genuine or not? And that's the question. Like, these things we got to pay attention to and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to put one more thing on the screen. It's actually a comment I saw. Matter of fact, if I can't put it on here, I'm gonna just read it right quick. So there's the comment. When this news came out about Kendrick Lamar being announced at the Super Bowl, I was just looking at the story on Sports Center page because everybody reposted. Again, I watched it come out one page, and all the 10, every other page. The internet went crazy. I watched it blow up, and that was amazing. And that's how I knew I needed to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But one person in this Sports Center thread, he was just saying, he said, I hope y'all know this man ain't for the people, let alone the black community for real, because he's a puppet in the industry, just as bad as Drake. It reads, this person reads, only puppets used to push evil agendas are this popular and play in the Super Bowl. Gotta think about that. And we are all bad, hence why we need our master. It's a Lord and Savior JES, but this is why we need our master and Savior Yahushua HaMashiach, right? And I pray that Yahuah, he said Lord, pray that Yahuah blesses everyone who sees this with his love, grace, mercy, truth, and peace in Yahushua's name. So, it's so huge of a conversation. Again, just like even when this world just happened, this person was like obviously a secular Bible believer, a little bit Christian, maybe lukewarm, middle of the road. We talking about Lord, JES, but we talking about Hebrew Israelite. We understand what he's saying. Obviously, Hebrew is going to take it back to the Hebrew root. Bringing his name to nothing is a big commandment, a big sin we don't want to be a part of. We uphold his name, we esteem his name, we living for Yahuah, right? So it's already a huge conversation in the Hebrew community. Then you got the people outside the Hebrew community, the secular community, like the guy said, hey, peace, shalom. He's saying shalom. So it's the Hebrew word, that's our culture. And you got people who now it's starting to become trendy. And I've watched this happen. And that's again, all praise to Yahuah. And it's a part of the vantage point where I sit as I speak about these things now. That I remember 2011, right? We came into the truth, and I remember I stopped eating pork. I'm from Miami, Florida. Pork is good. It's like a big thing. Barbecue ribs and Haitian food, fried pork, grill, stuff like that. It's big in our culture, South Florida. Anyway, I stopped eating pork, right? And again, we get on the dietary laws. We stop doing certain things. High fructose corn syrup. We reading labels now. I started reading labels. My family, I'm starting showing people about labels. I swear to you, the next year, by 2012, 2013, I see soda cans, food labels. Now they got it on the packaging. no high fructose corn syrup, no pork, they no extra flavors or syrups. It's like as soon as the conscious group of black people like, yo, we not eating food with pork in it no more. We not eating food with these bad ingredients no more, high fructose corn syrup, whatever. Soon as we make a group of black people, that ain't the whole black community, a small group, we make a decision to say, nah, we reading the labels. We not eating high fructose corn syrup food. Why pork in everything? Why is pork in the right? Pork in everything. Like, when we stop getting away from pork, now people put the labels on the front. Hey, no pork, no this, no that, because they know it's a group of consumers that's on a higher level now. They paying attention to this, and it's just, my point is that just showed me how much we affect even the corporations, being a small group of people, and I've watched the movement grow since then. Even though everybody ain't on the same page, everybody don't learn the same way, we ain't from the same understanding, like the same camp, so to speak. Even I ain't coming into a camp. I just studied Bible study with people that was just seeking truth, right? I'm just a truth seeker, but we got the camps, so you got all these different on board and ramps to come into the truth. And what we're seeing is grown. We're watching it grow, and it's even pop culture, secular culture can't even avoid it, right? People say shalom, or you a Hebrew, this and that. So we're watching it grow, and my point is I've watched the influence of the Hebrew culture again, as far as us not wanting to do certain things and people paying attention to that. So we know people see what's going on. These rappers, all these famous people, just regular people, and they got their ear to the streets. They paying attention to what's going on. And maybe they reading, maybe they studying. They do got their own family telling them, hey, this was happening, this is what you should do, look into this, look into that. And the whole point is, what shall we say then? I presented a couple pieces of evidence. We see that, he's been saying these things. He talk about the Bible here and there. He praying on his first album. If you listen to it, he praying and he talking about, God and get your life, and then, which is probably why they had the immersion scene right in that first video shoot, because he talked about praying on the first album. And then damn, he talking about I'm an Israelite. And this last this song and how the Bible, if the Most High watching and all these things. So what shall we say then? Dalayahu, what are you saying? Is this guy Hebrew or he not? The bottom line is, all I want to say is, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to be Yahuah. I'm not here to be Yahuah. I'm here to serve those who looking for the truth, right? Those who looking actively. Like I was just reading Psalms. That was like Psalms 40. Must be Psalms 40. It say we gotta seek after Yahuah like a deer pants after water. Like a deer want water. Like a thirsty animal is trying to get water to save their life and just to make their day. That's how we need to be seeking Yahuah, and that's the point. That's why we trying to serve. The ultimate goal of the ministry is to immerse as many people as possible, right, in the name of Yahuah, so that many people can have access to the kingdom, to everlasting life through belief in the Mashiach, the Most High, right, the Mashiach, Yahusha, right. That's our goal. Our goal is to try to help people understand this truth in this word. Daily Bread Podcast. The lesson, the weekly, monthly, bi-weekly lessons every day, every month, different topic. We talking about scriptural topics and lessons. That's our goal to serve. Who genuine, who not? Yahuah knows. Yahuah knows. These people made a like he's saying in the song, I'm in a dark room, crowd looking to make a vow. So you already made some vows on here already, and you know what I'm saying? You set your life up a certain way, and you got a certain notoriety from some people you got it from. Which all these, politicians, rappers, they align themselves with certain people and things. This is what we know. Yeah, but if somebody telling you about the truth, who know if that turned your heart or not? Everybody who breathing, they got a chance to get their life to Yahuah, right? None of us can say, he did or he didn't, right? But the key is, what you doing? What you doing? And that's the point. It was an interesting topic I've been seeing again this year. Went crazy. Kendrick Lamar been going crazy, and point is his rise to fame is getting to a meteoric status, and it's like, is this person really set apart? I don't know. And just the comment I read, the last comment, I wish I was able to share it on screen, but couldn't get the screen share for that. I'm gonna try to take a copy of that, put it in the comments or something, just take a picture of that. But it was a sobering comment, just to remember, like, nobody this famous is for the Most High, right? Nobody this famous is. It's always a hidden agenda. These people trying to lead us astray. It's a great point. I don't want to believe it, right? But we got to be realistic. But again, that's not for us to cast judgment. So we just got to really, like the scriptures say, work out our own salvation with fear and trembling, right? And that's what I think I want to leave you with. I didn't really have too many scriptures prepared, but it came to me as we spoke, touched on dietary laws and things like that, the shalom, the culture. We know we keeping these commandments, daily bread, what it's about, immersion, what it's about. But ultimately, the scriptures, like you say, work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. That's what we need to be doing. So, like I said, like the video, we're trying to get up to 100 subscribers. Living for Yahuah ministry, we living for Yahuah. Check out the ministry branches. Whether it's about travel, you want to look in the Flee Babylon, that's the paradigm. That's part of the walk too. Traveling, getting out of the places where the slavery, right, the land of captivity where he raised us up at. Read Deuteronomy chapter 30. He said that in those days, you're gonna remember how you didn't keep my commandments. And when you in slavery, when you getting punished, you're gonna remember me, and it's gonna come back to your mind, and you're gonna listen. So Deuteronomy 30 talk about that, right? So traveling is part of that. Mr. Ball, Flee Babylon, invest in Yahuah. We still gotta invest and keep investing our talents till the master come. That's what that community is about. Dabarym, we talking about the Hebrew, the words, the characters, trying to equip our brothers and sisters so they could know their language, know their culture. Living for Yahuah, man. We're here immersing people in the scriptures, daily bread, praying, reading with our people, trying to bring them along, trying to teach them, because this is what we need to be doing. This is the community where everybody looking for, right? They talking about lost tribes, but we ain't never been lost. The Most High say, long as the stars in the sky, his people, his covenant people, gonna always be on the earth. So where they at? Where that many stars at? And like I said, we are the stars. So point is, we got to work out our salvation with fear and trembling, serve the Most High. Don't be distracted. You know what I'm saying? I'm serving Yahuah, you see what we trying to do the work over here. If he doing the work, we happy he doing the work. But if he ain't gonna stop what we doing. You see what I'm saying? So I hope this video get to that brother, and I hope he, he take the chance to put his hand on salvation and don't let nothing, separate him from the salvation, the love, the mercy, the grace of Yahuah. And that's the point. That's what all of us need to be doing. So with that said, man, like the video, share the video. If you make this far, subscribe so that you can tap into the Daily Bread podcast and you can start working out your relationship with Yahuah. Right? So till the next time, your brother, Dalayahu Yasharal, reporting live from Living for Yahuah. Invest in Yahuah, use the ball, all that. One ministry, Living for Yahuah. Just different paradigms of the scripture, but it's your brother in service in the truth. Shalom. Till the next video, man. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all later. Shalom, family. Peace.